Welcome back to another 5 Questions with the Chillicothe Ross Chamber. I'm Mike Throne, President and CEO at the Chamber, and today, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and so we're here at Mayor's Cares Counseling, and we're here with Alvin and Trish Mayers and a slew of other folks, this great staff that they have here. So first of all, thanks for having us in today. Tell us a little bit, first of all, about Mayor's Cares, your locations and your hours and so on.
We have 5 locations. We started in just one location with just me. And then Alvin decided to leave Ohio State, and so it was the 2 of us, and we were in a home office. And then it just kept snowballing. We kept having really great talent just fall into our lap. Back when I was younger, I used to tell God what I wanted and, make bargains. And I finally realized how bossy I was, and I have started to let things happen. I've gotten Alvin on board with that. He was a real planner when I met him. But now we are letting things happen, and look at the wonderful things that have happened for us.
So one of the things that most impressed me about Mayor's Cares is this amazing team that you've assembled. And so how do you choose the folks that you have, and what skills do you look for?
Relatability. I think people who understand and can really deep compassion and dedication. And relationships are really important to us. Among the staff and with our clients.
Yeah, people may not have realized that you had multiple locations, and most of them are in houses, right? So why did you choose to locate inside a house rather than being in a traditional office setting?
Yeah, the space is a big important part of why people feel comfortable coming to counseling. And Trish just has a knack for very mindfully creating the space to make it feel comfortable and welcoming, especially for kids, because kids and family work is at the heart of what we do, and the adult work is kind of secondary to it. But kids are, we're all about families and strengthening families and helping families when they're not doing well and when kids aren't doing well. So every day, every hour on the hour, a minivan of some sort pulls up, and often the kids literally come running in because they like the space, it's homey, it's like coming home after school, and they enjoy talking to Trish.
And we give snacks.
Yes, they like the snacks, so it's part of the space.
That doesn't hurt, for sure.
No.
So do you have a particular training or approach or expertise that you try to apply with your clients?
Theoretical. We do cognitive behavioral therapists are trained in dialectical behavioral therapy, which is really good for eating disorders, cutting, things like that. We use solution-focused brief therapy where the client is the expert and they know what they've tried and what doesn't work, so we try not to insult them by knowing everything, but figuring out together what might help them. We are very strength-based, all of ours. Alvin and I do EMDR, which is a newish therapy for trauma. Prince Harry has made it popular last year because he used it to get over the death of his mother. Evan Rachel Wood's using it to get over the 3 years she spent with Marilyn Manson, and they're talking about it a lot, so it's getting some real uptick. We now are really excited to have not only Kim, who's a counselor and just completing her second master's, but a master's in counseling, and Jessica, who has a pastoral counseling master's but is getting a MSW. They are stepping up and really helping us see as many people as we do. And starting this Friday, we have Erin, who is almost done with her PsyD, her doctorate in psychology, and she will be doing psych testing 5 days a week at our location, and she'll be doing 3 tests a day and then some counseling. We're so excited to have her. It's a great need in the community. And then we prayed, and 2 psychiatric nurse practitioners dropped into our lap. Well, one who's comfortable with psychiatric. And so we call her T. Marie because another Trisha would be too confusing. So T. Marie and Alex started 3 weeks ago, 4?
About a month ago.
And we are so excited because now when people can come, we can do the talk therapy and the counseling, but we can send them to do psych testing, and we can medicate within the practice if that's what's needed. Not everyone needs it, but it's handy to have.
Yeah. COVID experience, the COVID pandemic really changed the way we address mental health, didn't it? How did you see that changed things for your practice?
I think it was probably different adults versus kids. So with the adult clients that I see, kind of a mix, a tale of two experiences. Some really appreciated and welcomed being able to be home more with kids and to do their work from home. And some people are just naturally introverted, and so they are happier being at home. Others, the more extroverted ones, particularly the ones that were displaced from their jobs, or all the job uncertainty that came with it, really stressed, and also having kids home, having to be home, teachers all of a sudden having with their kids homeschooling rather suddenly, very stressful. So tale of two experiences on the adult side. It didn't help any with divorced families where kids were going back and forth and how to quarantine and maintain that, and already a complicated dance that separated households participate in or try to work through.
Sure.
So on the child side,
At the beginning, I think it was really fun for them because their families were home, the parents had to stay home, so they suddenly weren't overscheduled. They might not have had nearly as much homework because for a few weeks there, the schools weren't really putting out anything. So they were playing games and watching movies and going on walks to look for bears in people's windows, and celebrities were reading books on Instagram, and I think they thought it was awesome. But some did really well online, some just really bombed, and then it catches up to you. And I think we're even just now seeing the stress on children of what they lost, their proms, their their graduation ceremonies. I think it's starting to hit them even harder now.
Yeah. What's a common misconception that people have about seeing a therapist, and how do you manage that, or at least try to eliminate that?
one of the biggest challenges is for men, not to be sexist, but a lot of men aren't into talking about feelings, and even less so talking about feelings with a stranger. So probably 3/4 of the work that I do is helping guys feel more comfortable just recognizing feelings and knowing how to, just being open to being aware of them and how to discuss them with important people in their life, people that care. So the whole stigma of just guys talking about feelings to strangers is one of the biggest hurdles that I try to work through.
Sometimes kids are a little nervous, so I'll say, I know how you feel. Your parents have told you your whole life not to talk to strangers and not to tell people your business, and then mom pulls up in front of a house and says, we're going to go in there and tell our business to this stranger.
Right.
And they're like, I know, that is so like that. But most of the kiddos love having a therapist. It's now almost the reverse. Their dads aren't necessarily, or their moms, sometimes there's a parent or grandparent who's not on board, but the kids think it's pretty cool. Yeah. And I'll get kids all the time saying, I know you see my friend, I know you see my boyfriend, and I'm like, oh, maybe, don't know. But, because I can't say,
Right.
but
Yeah.
they seem to be okay with it.
And when the parents see results, I imagine that starts to change
That
things.
has happened.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Alvin and Trish, thanks very much. Ladies, thank you very much for joining us today. Stay tuned for another 5 questions with the Chillicothe Ross Chamber of Commerce.